watch him, me dan ganas para ir al gym, tirar unos chingazos. What's up, Ben? What's up, Justin? It's a beautiful Friday night. How y'all doing?
Yeah, what's up, boys? I'm doing good, bro. We had the week off of UFC fights last week, so excited to have a card this week. We got Bam Bam on the card, Robert Whitaker against Vittori. So looking forward to this card.
Hell yeah, man. Justin, throw that ticker down there. And what do you are you ready, bro? I mean, you're the I proclaimed you as the MMA guru. Oh no, the college guru. Sorry, Ben. Sorry. Justin's the college guru here on We Talking About Sports. We have another MMA guru here in the house tonight. But Justin, what do you think about the card? Are you excited? What are you most looking forward to?
Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty excited because both of these heavyweight, the heavyweight fight and the middleweight fight, there's a lot to gain for the winners here. Both of them could be looking at potential shots or back in the title race for both of them here. So I'm looking forward to these fights on Saturday night and in Paris.
Paris. So tell me something about the times, because me and my friend Peck were talking about it and we're like, hey, what time am I going to get to your house so we can barbecue and we can watch the fights? And then he's like, hey, chill. They're at 2 p.m. or some shit. So what can y'all tell us about the time of the fights?
I didn't know that.
Because they are in France. They are in Paris.
Yeah, so, of course we got those time zones going on. Whenever they're over in Europe, or even sometimes when they go to Abu Dhabi, you see the cards go at 2 o'clock. Lately, like when it's a big pay-per-view event for Abu Dhabi, they end up matching our time zones here in the U.S., but whenever it's a Europe card, you can expect an afternoon fight. Like when Patty the Batty's on and those crowds over there, it's always in the afternoon, 2 o'clock, midday card.
This is going to be a midday card tomorrow?
It should be.
Okay.
I think Ron was confirming that, right, Ron?
I can try.
I'll confirm it, bro.
Somebody confirm.
Jeez,
what time do I turn on the ESPN Plus?
Tell the guys that are supposed to know about sports what time the sports starts tomorrow.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock main card. Main card starts at 2, so the fights should probably start around 11, bro.
The prelim should get up there probably around 11 a.m.
Chingazos and some brunch on the
There
Saturday.
it is. Josh confirms. Main card at 2, he says.
All right.
Thank you for joining in, Josh.
Okay, well, let's just get into it then. Now we confirmed the times. So we have Gane, we got Tui, we got Whitaker, and Vittori. What are we going to get into first, boys? What do y'all want to discuss?
Let's get into the first slide with Bam Bam.
All right.
Ben, you want to read that off to us?
Should I?
Come on, man. Boy, you put me on the spot.
You did that shit on purpose, bro. You did that shit on purpose.
For sure.
I got it. It says Cyril's a champion. He's won the belt. He's one of the best of the best. I fought a couple of champions now, and he's up there with the best for sure. He would probably be one of the most elusive, maybe fighters with his speed and his movement. But if I dink him, I sink him.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Dinking and sinking.
Game plan is out there for Tuivasa, Ben. He's planning on catching him with a shot. He knows his path to victory. It's that one-hitter quitter for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's KO or bust. I think that's pretty much the put Josh on the Pharaoh. I think that's pretty much the way that he's made his run, throughout the heavyweight division. We know that his last fight, the knockout over Derek Lewis, that dirty elbow. So, yeah, I mean, the game plan's out there. I think everybody knew the game plan. Tuivasa's not a guy that's going to wrestle. We'll see what Cyril Gane's approach is. He's usually a guy that likes to keep it out in space. But no surprise here from Tuivasa. I think it's KO or bust. Got to make it a bar fight.
Well, we're looking at Tuivasa's last 5 fights here on the slide. Stefan Struve, KO win. Hunsucker, KO win. Greg Hardy, KO win. That was a little bit of she showed a little resilience in that fight. He kind of got caught a little bit, but he came out with that KO. He folded Augustus Sakai, and then we saw Derek Lewis kind of do that whole front, land on his head sort of thing, just go out forward, face plant. I mean, and Derek Lewis is a tough dude, so he's face planting Lewis. This dude can bang, bro. Pause.
He can bang, but he's going against an absolute beast of a man, bro. A unit, like you said, a tank.
A tank of a man.
A tank of a man.
Who's already held a title, by the way. Has had the interim belt, touched some gold already.
Yeah, and I think the odds on this fight are Tui's a big dog, more than I thought. I mean, he does have that fighter's chance, but if you can pull up the odds on him if you want to, they're pretty far out there, man. So he's been a fighter that has historically been the underdog and won. So why not throw some money on him again? Would you guys do that at plus 410?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like these odds are somewhat disrespectful for this heavyweight, match. Yes, I think Cyril Gane is that much ahead of Tuivasa as far as skills and technical abilities go, stand up. But we've seen Tuivasa just put people's lights out. I don't understand why the odds are this far. I feel like they should be a little bit closer. I feel like this is disrespectful to Tuivasa, and throw some sprinkle on him. He's plus 410. You got 15-20. Throw it on there.
Yeah, by KO. Shit, if you read off his last 5 fights, they've all been finishes. He's saying it's either, I got to dink him to sink him. So he's saying KO, also KO or bust. If you like Tuivasa odds to win by KO plus 600 instead of the plus 410, just the regular money line. So I think that's a way to look. But like you said, Justin, pretty crazy odds for a heavyweight fight. And especially when you know that, Cyril Gane's fight style, and he's not going to take the fight to the ground. He's going to want to fight at distance, point fight. So for the odds to be that big and a fight where Tuivasa's not going to have to be worrying about getting up off his back, he's just going to have to worry about, moving forward and catching him. I think that I agree. Those odds are pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Big underdog for Tuivasa. Ron also mentioned he's been an underdog coming up, throughout this little run that he's been on. So why not, take that lunch money and put it on Tuivasa?
Because there's nothing there for you at Cyril Gane at minus 520.
No.
There's just nothing there.
If you're not taking that, though, you have plus 350 on by submission and plus 215 to win by decision. I mean, would you sprinkle anything there if you're just saying, "Hey, I'm a Cyril fan. He's gonna win, but I don't want to swallow the juice." Would you do submission or decision?
I would not do a submission. I would probably go decision for Cyril because we've seen him in fights with like Rosenstrike, who's also a heavy hitter, where he's circling the cage and trying to pick him off from the outside and not try to, get lit up too much. And he's very skilled at that. So if I was going to put something, it'd have to be by decision at plus 215.
And being that it's not a championship fight, it's only 3 rounds. So that kind of is in your favor too.
Well, all main events are 5 rounds.
Oh, it's going 5?
Yeah.
That was going to be my question, Justin.
Yeah, because
do you think that Tuivasa has the cardio or even last 25 minutes with Gane? Gane isn't the biggest finisher, although what we did see him finish Derek Lewis when they fought. Do you think that Tuivasa, goes for broke and just doesn't have enough gas in those championship rounds? I know that this isn't a championship fight, but it's a main event. So in that 4th and 5th round, do you think that Gane can get him out of there? I know you like the decision. I think somebody's getting finished in this fight.
I think if you're in that 4th and 5th, you would have to expect Tuivasa to be tired because Gane's going to be on his bike all night. He's going to be in and out, trying to get not hit, and he's going to be circling that cage. That's going to tire Tuivasa, making those big swings and missing because Gane's going to make him miss for a while. So I can see those 4th and 5th rounds going that way. If Tuivasa is going to win, I like it to be within the first 3 because after that, those are Gane's rounds for sure. He has the cardio to do it.
Yeah, because the only reason I was asking if a 3 or 5 is because the under over's 2.5. So that's it. I mean, maybe that's a sign that the fight isn't going to go very long as well, which you can take the decision play out of it and maybe go to a knockout from Tui or not necessarily a submission, but I mean, even Gane by KO,
I like
it's still plus 120. So we know he's a big guy.
If you like Gane, that over is the play, Ron. If you like Gane, that over 2.5. I know, like I said, I don't like the decision because it's 25 minutes, but over 2.5 rounds, meaning that they get to the 4th round. I do like that.
All right, I dig it. And what's up, Phil? Phil in the comments. Phil
what's up, man? We did shout him out on that PVT podcast because he's always coming through for us here.
Yeah, hell yeah. So at the end of the day, guys, for the main event of this fight night that's going down tomorrow, Saturday, September. Damn, we're September already. September 3rd. What is your best play if you had to choose one here, boys?
I
Tough because there's several, but
I think what I would like to play at plus 410. It's hard for me to pass up on a guy who has 5 KOs in a row. I won't throw a whole unit on it, but I'm sprinkling 15-20 on it for sure.
all right. So you're just saying Tui. I don't care how he wins, submission, knockout, disqualification, late in the round, whatever the hell it is. Your money's on Tui to pull off the upset
just
tomorrow night.
Gonna throw something on just to see where it lands. I'll feel good with the win or loss, of course,
I see
because I think that's the best play for me looking at these odds and reading these numbers.
Definitely the most value there. Benjamin.
I'll go with the over 2.5. I don't think that Gane's that big of a finisher. Tuivasa has a lot of heart.
Good
You know, he's been in a lot of 3-round fights. Once it gets to the 4th and 5th round, I could see it getting shaky. My heart will be going for Tuivasa. I can't stand Gane. Not a fan of watching him fight. But I do like the over 2.5 in this fight.
Shit. Well, there it is, man. There you guys.
Well, let's talk a little storylines here for this fight afterwards, though, because everything for this fight points to what happens afterwards. Both these guys have had John Jones in their mouth this week as a future opponent, and they've talked about it. They've talked about it as a standpoint of, if I win this fight, I could possibly jump the line and see John Jones for the interim heavyweight title. Is that something you would like to see, Ben? One of these fighters, because I don't know if Stipe is on ice from that injury or what, but would you like to see one of these against John Jones for the interim belt?
I think that the only way that we see one of them for the belt is if Tuivasa wins in some sort of spectacular knockout win, and I don't think that Tuivasa minds going in there like on short notice. Maybe let's say to finish off the year again, end of the year, because John Jones isn't going to be fighting until the new year. So maybe they get Tuivasa in there again, for a warm-up fight, or because Ngannou's the champ, right? Coming back from an injury. Now,
double knee surgery or whatever it took.
Yeah, and to go with the storyline, I mean, news came out with him that he's eyeing not an end-of-the-year return, but at the beginning of the year return. So the start of 2023. I think that.
But does that return come to the octagon, or is that return going to come to a boxing ring?
Well, the headline said to the UFC, so I think it's going to be to the UFC.
I think we have. Sorry, Ben. I think we have a quote from Gane, right, Justin?
Yeah, I'll pull it up right here. Yeah. And he says, I think that if they overcome the challenge of Tuivasa, I think it's going to be a fight for the interim title against the winner of Stipe and Jones. So the loss put me back a bit, but gave me more challenges.
Yeah, I don't know if they do the interim again. Well, it's a very big possibility because we know that Dana White and Francis Ngannou aren't in the best terms as far as contract-wise. So probably he does dangle that interim belt out there again just to kind of get another heavyweight with the title.
And Gane's still relatively young to the MMA, so I mean that one loss didn't send him back too far for what he's won in that time frame that he's been in the UFC.
He can't go win a decision though and expect to get a title shot or something. If he wants to fight for the interim title, I think that they have to win, and especially him, who's already held the belt, just lost to Ngannou, for the belt. He's got to do something, to get the people's attention because he doesn't have that big of a fan base, bro, at all.
Yeah, and for all intents and purposes, this is a hometown fight for him. He is from France, and their fighting is, and Ron likes to say, Paris.
Paris. But it's we've seen fighters kind of fizzle out a little bit that don't have that charisma along to go with their belt. Guys who people didn't want to pay to see. So either the fans got bored or Dana really wasn't pushing them. And then you saw them kind of lose their title and just kind of lose that fire under them. I mean, who was a couple of the guys that nobody really liked to see fight? Like Usman kind of, for a while, even guys like a GSP, who were just kind of like point fighters. And you guys mentioned the whole point fighting system earlier. So Gane definitely, I agree, has to do something spectacular, like been at it in front of his home crowd. So he can automatically be the next guy to get Jones or to get whoever the next big fight is. If he wins and he doesn't win convincingly, you could see Dana maybe throwing somebody else in front of him and having Jones or, Stipe or whoever else go in another direction to make more money before, Gane.
All right. Anything else on this heavyweight fight?
I hope it's a fun fight. I mean, I know I said I like the over because I expect it to be, Gane making him miss, keeping his space. So I took the over 2.5 for that reason. But I really hope somebody gets a finish in this fight.
Josh, I think if Gane does deliver a fire promo, if he wins, he's probably going to deliver that in French, right? So I'm not sure he's going to win over the English crowd.
Ain't no fire promo coming from his ass, bro.
So there's that, there's that in the way. Yeah, all right, let's move on to the next one. Ron's got an interesting one up next.
I just wanted that. I mean, it's Friday night, weekend's coming, everybody's driving. Chill. That was wild, bro. Ron's
girl's making her debut. She's got a fan already, right?
Number 1 fan. No, but her name is Aileen Perez. She says, I'm going to knock her out. I will be champion. But the only reason I put that up, man, is because obviously it's head turning. It's clickbait, but it made me kind of wonder, like a lot of the female fighters lately have been like, attractive, women, and they're kind of going in their own little WWE women-ish characters, with the charisma and a little bit of the, sex sells and stuff. So my question to you guys is, being pure-hearted, purely rooted MMA fans, before women were fighting, is this a good look for UFC or is it a bad look for the UFC? As a fan, not as a male.
I'll let Ben go first on that one.
I love the silence. You're like, okay.
It's a little awkward. I mean, okay, if Ben doesn't want to go first, I'll go first, but it's going to be a politically a correct answer,
We don't do that when we're talking about
it doesn't bother me at all. Like, I honestly think Dana White obviously loves that shit because he wants the fighters to help sell themselves. That way he has to do less work pushing them. You know what I mean? And like you said, sex does sell. You've seen some of the UFC fighters transition. Paige Van Zant's an OnlyFans person now. She's not even fighting. So,
man, get your girl.
Yeah, hey, she got some fans real quick, right, Ron? Just the Friday.
I even did a wiki. Yeah, I even did a Wikipedia on her just to to get a little bit more.
Find out who she really was, huh?
Yeah, so we have Aileen Luciana Perez. Her nickname is Fiona. She's 27.
Princess Fiona.
October 5th, 1994. Extremely young, 144 pounds. She was born in Buenos Aires. She's 7-1. So, hey, she backs up her swag inside the octagon as well. She's on a 2-fight win streak. And her last fight was May 22nd of this year.
What are the odds for her fight, Ron?
Shit, I don't know, but I'm gonna be watching.
He's not that much of a fan yet.
Nah, not even, man. She's probably the prelim curtain, jerker here. So she's probably like the 9 a.m. fight.
The 9 a.m. fight for sure.
What's her sign? I don't know, Josh. Look it up and let us know. But yeah, that was just a little bit of fun. As you can see, you guys both had the Kevin Hart look here at the bottom. When this,
I don't know what to say to it.
Your question, I think
the way you positioned that question was not good for us in the end.
Oh yeah. So Ben already gave his answer. So real quick, go ahead and close this out, Justin. Is this a good look or is this a bad look?
Correct answer, Justin.
Well, and today the way the UFC set up with the bags that they get, there's got to be that self-promotion. A lot of these fighters we've seen transition to those spicy accounts, as they say, and where they can kind of, maintain a life for themselves outside of the UFC where they're not having to work a job and they can train full time. So I have no problems with fighters promoting this. This doesn't bother me at all. And if she wants to do it all for her, she's going to get a fan base out of it, and that's good. Now she could probably train full time and be a better fighter because of it. That's my politically correct answer for you. I'm not getting canceled today.
That was a very women empowerment answer right there. But
I'm a feminist.
But
I'm a feminist.
But just real quick, I'll just leave it here. I mean, we saw one of the biggest male fighters out of the UFC do this. And it wasn't, the whole twerking thing, but to create a character for himself. And that was Conor McGregor. I mean, the dude already made a hell of a career, just the Conor walk and the swag on the mic.
Are you saying she's on the Conor McGregor path?
No, she's not. But
watch her fight tomorrow, Eddie. There's like a high possibility that she's just going to get dropped.
Knocked the hell out. But I'm just saying, like, that's what he did for himself to make all that money. So if she can back it up and do things that no other female has done outside of the ring and, promotions and all these things, that she has a possibility to be one of the
more power to her, right? Like, let her do it.
Let's do it.
Well, we know Ron's driving that bandwagon. If anybody wants to jump in,
I was on it first.
He already has access to the Spice account, is what he's trying to tell us.
Josh, you want shotgun, or are you gonna wait? Are you gonna wait to watch her fight, or is Josh waiting shotgun?
Let's just get into the
co-main here.
The co-main here, and I'll let you guys analyze it here. So we have Robert Whittaker versus Martin Vettori from Italy. So it should be, more of that European, home base fight for him here. The money line is a little bit closer in this fight. We have Whittaker as a favorite at -210 and the underdog +180 in Vettori. Break this down for me, guys. Let me know what y'all think is going to pop off tomorrow night.
I can go first, Ben, if you would like.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Well, I expect a lot of wrestling here. Whittaker hasn't had a loss in the middleweight division besides the 2 losses to the champ. I think the over 2.5, I like Whittaker by decision. I fully expect a WrestleFest for these 3 rounds here.
All right, so it's slow paced.
Oh, it's going to be very slow paced. Vettori's fights, for the most part, have been pretty boring. Even the one with Costa wasn't that great, and you would expect that they were going to throw hammers at each other, but they didn't. So I don't expect anything else from Vettori but to try to wrestle back, where he'll be oppositioned by the better wrestler that has become Robert Whittaker.
In their last fights, Vettori is coming off a win. We have Whittaker coming off that loss. They both weighed in here, at the weight 204. The reach is almost the same. So, Ben, these are evenly, matched guys, you could say. Justin said they're going to slow down. They have a very similar fight style. What do you think happens here, bro?
I agree with the odds. I maybe not -210. I'd say maybe like around -170, -175. But I do think Whittaker should be favored. I think overall he's the better guy. What I'll give Marvin Vettori, and it's hard to even say this because Robert Whittaker's been in there with Yoel Romero, for damn near an hour and not gotten knocked out. That's insane. But Marvin Vettori is very durable. He's real hard-headed. You know what I mean? Like, he's a tough dude. He's a tough guy to put out. And I don't know. I mean, probably a WrestleFest, yes, that could happen. I think Vettori's going to want to have him up against the cage, try and take him down, make it ugly. Whittaker can fight from distance, but nobody's putting anybody out in this fight, bro. This is going to the cards 100%.
Yep.
That's what I think. I think that for sure but damn, you see that shit over 2.5 -300.
Yeah.
I hadn't even seen that. So I mean, it's obvious. Whoever you're taking here, you're taking them by decision. Robert Whittaker is a better fighter. Robert Whittaker by decision, -115. I think you can put me down for that.
For that one, yeah. I mean, if you like Vettori, and you're getting him as a dog at +180, but if, like Ben said, if you're going to take a fighter, take him at the decision, and you can almost triple your money if you want to put some money on Vettori by decision here. So kind of a unanimous decision here, boys. Whittaker should win a 3-round decision wrestling snooze fest, could we say?
That's what I fully expect. He is the better wrestler of the two, and he's also the better striker of the two. So I don't see a problem for Whittaker. He's more skilled than Vettori is ever going to be.
Yeah. No, he is. Vettori's just younger, and like we said, like he's he's just tough as hell, hard to put out. I
Mhm.
don't think that Whitaker can put him out at this stage of his career. I don't think that, especially over 3 rounds. No, there's no way.
I don't see it either. I see this decision by. I just don't see someone getting knocked out. Like Vittori, he took some pretty heavy shots from Adesanya, and he didn't fall there. So,
being that it's in Vittori's back.
You're cutting out there. Are you still getting Ron, Justin, or no?
No, I'm not getting Ron anymore. But I think that's the. Oh, now I'm getting Ron. What's up, Ron? You could cut off for a little bit.
Oh, okay. My bad, guys. I apologize. No, I was just going to say that if we're saying decision here, you could sprinkle. If you don't want to touch the fight at all and you're not a Whitaker fan, take Vittori also because he is at his backyard, and we've seen close fights go to the hometown crowd, the hometown hero, just because they're louder. So Whitaker might actually win the fight. Vittori might lose. But if it goes to decision, you never know what can happen, in front of somebody's home crowd, and the judges are swayed a little bit.
Well, this was Italian because they're in Paris. I don't know if it's necessarily his backyard.
Well, he's still a European fighter, though. They're going to cheer for an Italian more before they cheer for an Australian. That's what I'm trying to say.
In Paris, they're going to cheer for the Italiano.
Yeah, I agree, Ron.
Yeah, that's all I got, man. I like Whitaker by decision,
it.
And I like the over 2.5 in the main event. Yeah. Any other fights, Justin, that you're looking out for on this card?
You know what? To be honest, maybe just the Nasrat Haqparast fight. After that, this card, it doesn't really get me that excited. Besides the 2 main co-mains, but we are getting ready for next weekend, September 10th, because that is possibly the last time Nathan Diaz fights in the UFC.
Oh shit!
So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Next week, I know Kevin Holland's on the card as well.
Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez, Li Jiangling versus Tony Ferguson as well on that card.
Oh shit! Kukui fights next week. Oh
yeah.
Man.
So September 10th
Bro,
is the card.
Saturday night UFC pay-per-view and NFL Sunday morning, baby. Oh, what a time to be alive.
As a fan of those 2 sports, what more could you ask for?
Oh, I got the fellas coming up next weekend too for the opener. So we'll be watching that pay-per-view, and then we'll be barbecuing it up Sunday.
Damn,
also, this Sunday, Andy Ruiz returns to the boxing ring. If anybody's interested in that,
yeah, don't believe those Photoshop pictures either.
That was too much. That was way too much, bro.
I mean, he has gotten shaved, but he's not. That's actually AJ's body that they photoshopped him on. So that's Anthony Joshua, and they just put his tattoo on him too.
We'll be coming back next week for an MMA hour for that pay-per-view card, right?
100% we will.
Correct. Yeah, but
100%.
we can't do it on Thursday because we all know what happens next Thursday.
Oh yeah, we got the opener. Yeah,
NFL, dog. NFL week 1. Your Bills, dog. What's up, Bills Mafia? I thought you would have recognized that right away.
It's going down. That's why I said the opener. I said the opener.
Yeah. So
college football starts tomorrow as well. So a lot of good teams playing tomorrow.
Yes, yeah. Maybe we can do
any picks you want to give, Justin, right here, parting away. Anything that you're looking at tomorrow?
Slam that overs on the Florida-Utah game. That's what I'm thinking. Over 51, I believe, is what's going to be at.
I actually like the Florida spread in that game too.
Yeah, a lot of Utah hype with Cam Rising at QB over there for them. Some people are really
excited. But now they got to go to the swamp, and I don't know if they're going to do it over there. So it's going to be an interesting game. All of Florida's offense is on the back of Anthony Richardson. We'll see what happens. Yeah. That's a lot to ask for too, but there's going to be scoring tomorrow for sure in that game.
All right. Yeah, look out for Facebook or social media. Maybe some plays will be posted there tomorrow.
Definitely.
I know Roland will be knee deep in college football tomorrow.
All right. Well, I think that's it for us here. We talking about sports. We do appreciate you all for tuning in, and that's it.